in the second part, from now on, we are going to use the simulator of Dynapse C1. For the installation of simulator, you don't have to install anything. Everything will work on Google Colab on the cloud. It's ready to use. The only thing you're required is basically a Google account. Gmail, if you use Gmail, is fine, or Google Drive is fine, and internet browser. So you're not going to install anything. But if you prefer to work with your own computer instead of Google Colab, you can install the repository to your Ubuntu and OS X. It will also work with Windows, but Ubuntu and OS X is more solid. So what we are going to do is we are going to create so experiments consist of 3 parts. We are going to create spikes, forms networks, spiking networks, and do the simulation of Dynapse C1. In the part 2, we are going to characterize the silicon neuron, just like Dimitri did with the real demo. And in the part 3, we are going to see how adaptation actually works in silicon neurons, very similar to Dimitri presented. So during these exercises, you don't really require to code anything. So everything will work smoothly. As you go through the exercises, you are going to create some plots. You are going to do the experiments step by step. Everything will work just fine. But you're encouraged to change parameters and understand how we are dealing with creating neural networks on Dynapse C1. As I said, everything is self-explanatory in the Jupyter notebooks. So I'm not going to go through the steps of the experiments. I'm going to explain it overly, but you can run the simulations by yourselves. During the second session, I will be here for answering your questions. So in case you're not familiar with Jupyter notebooks, it looks like this. It consists of cells. There are 2 types of cells. One is Markdown cell that used to explain stuff, including formulas and also the graphics. There's also the second part of cells where you really run the Python code. And if you click a cell and press Shift and Enter, it will execute that cell. And if it was a Markdown cell, your LaTeX formulation will look like, for example, the rendered LaTeX. And for your Python code, which is here, for example, fx function calculating the square of a given number, will execute the function, and you will see the result. So simulator is available at that link. So I can also paste the link here, the chat.